Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over the Rosewill RSV-R4000U 4U rack mount server case. This is the shorter version of it, and due to it being the shorter version of it, you don't get the fans in between. Now, I'm not too concerned about that, as it's got 8 bays, which is more than enough for me, and you actually have options over here. Now, I wanted this version because I'm able to have some 5 1/4s on top of the, so if I want to do, for example, I think I'm going to be putting in a removable solid state system right here in the front, which I already own from StarTech, I believe it is. And anyway, I already took the top off. We know how a top comes off: 2 screws on the side, 2 screws on the side, 4 screws total, lift off. Now, on the rear, I might leave these fans because I don't think I have anything like that in my inventory. I'll double check. I may have some Antex. But my goal here is to replace the cooling up front with Be Quiet's fans. Not just because they're quiet, because they're more efficient, and I don't think these fans are really going to last. They might move air, but I don't want the noise. I don't want to hear a jet engine. So I'm going to replace those with Be Quiet fans. Are we going to put RGB in? Probably not, but we're going to get the airflow better. Also, this will be powered by a Be Quiet power supply. I'll get to that when we get there. I got to choose which one I'm going to put in it. So basically what this is going to be, it's going to be my file server. Okay? File server, possibly my business run on it, not sure yet. So what I'm going to do for starters, because, well, I'm poor and I only have 1 terabyte drives floating around, so I'm going to stack it with 8 1 terabyte hard drives for now. Now, in a business sense, it's not that's still overkill. But in a YouTube sense and backing up my files, I do have a YouTube server backing up files. So I have another rack mount in my furnace room, what I call my server room, furnace room, and it does, right now, it does the job running a Ryzen, I believe, 1600X or whatever it is on a X370 motherboard, 16 gigs of RAM. Nothing fancy, but it works really well. This one's going to be a Threadripper. So my biggest worry today is, I love the case, I love the layout, I like the space, but when I go to put everything in here, this one's not water cooled. And if it's not water cooled, you'll see. I got a fan that I'm scared may not fit in here. Okay, so first I'm just going to go over quickly. You have 8 hot swap bays like this. So you just take your hard drive, you literally just put it in. There's pins already there. You give it a little bend, in it goes, and slide your drive back in. So gives it a bit of a hot swap backwards. Now, for this unit, and I might do this later on, they do have removable, these are removable, the whole tray. And you can get the hot swap bays from the front. That is something I'm going to look into, but I'm trying to do this on a little bit more of a budget. So those things are like $90 Canadian, and I'd like for them to go on sale first. So you have a brace bar here. This is a ATX case. It should take the full Threadripper board and everything. There should not be any issues. We do have USB 3 on the front, and we'll get to the front panel later. And I will say, I'm happy because my old case is a Shenbro, which is an amazing case. It even still has the factory fan in it, and it's still quiet. But this one has USB 3 on the front, and my other one doesn't. The other thing that's really cool about this, the reset and the power button are touch buttons. They're not like an actual switch. They're just a touch button. And I thought that was a really nice touch. And with the keys, again, we'll go to the front of it a little later. There's a key system to lock it, so nobody's going to get in there. And, well, I mean, if they really want to, I suppose they're getting in there. But I think that's really sad. But anyway, that stops anybody from going into my furnace room, like family members, and accidentally bumping the power switch. The Chenbro is built like this too, has a full cover door locking. So, that being said, we have our cables here, so USB 3 and all of our, header cables and so on. So these are 80 mil fans at the back here. There's 2 of them. Again, I'm not sure. I'll try them out. I may have some old... Now, these are just right off the... There's no control. So I have some older Antecs from back in the day, brand new in the package, believe it or not. And I think they're LED, which is even funnier. But Antec made some solid fans back then. And I know I have at least 2 brand new old stock. So I've been waiting forever, guys, to get at this. This has also been up in the lobby in my house for a long time. And my wife has, you know, numerously told me I'm an idiot and I need to get rid of it. So, yeah, that's not a good start. Looks like we have some drive bay adapters. I'm not sure what that is yet. But they do remind me of a drive bay, like a pull-out system of some sort. And that's interesting because there's no real need of it that I know of at this point. So we'll look that up. Speaker. Yeah, probably won't put that in. Screws. Well, we're going to need screws. That's for sure. That's a given. And then garbage. And then we have our thing. So basically here's a perfect rundown. Okay. So we have our flip down front bay here. These 2 here, where the actual hard drives are, there are 2, and I think they're 120s. They're 120 mil. Okay, so that's actually a good thing because the 120s, I have some really nice 120s I can put in there. So that's perfect. The back again, like I said, they are 80s. You have your brace. And these are removable again, and you can put hot swap bays in. So that's something that I will be looking at. So there it is closed. There it is open. And you can see here on the front panel, you're going to see that it has... I'm not sure if that's an LCD display there. No, can't be. Must be just LEDs. Oh, in the picture, tricked me. You got a couple USBs right here, some LED light activity here, reset button, and power right here. So again, this is something we'll look at as we get to the build and get a move on. And here's a perfect, and I may be removing them to do the install. Actually, I don't really need to, do I? As you can see here, the bays, like I said, are completely removable to put in hot swap bays. In my case, I may have a drive die every 1 to 2 years. Just pull it out from the back, pop another one in. So, not a big deal for me. I just like the hot swap front bay thing. I've never had it in my personal servers. And when they do go on sale, I'm going to grab them, that's for sure. So, we have everything we need to put it together. I want to see what those little bars are. Oh, okay. Those are for the 3.5s. So if you, it's just to give them a slide rail lock. Okay, so one thing I need to do overall first is I do actually need to just kind of fit a board in with a Threadripper and lay the cooler in place and see if I have any clearance. If I don't, I'm in trouble. I guess I could somewhat custom water cool it if I go from the front here and use these empty bays for water or rad, because the rad can pull in through here. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I could put... that's touchy, because I'd want at least a 120 or a 180 in here. I gotta try and hope that my cooler will fit. Actually, I'm just gonna go get the cooler, lay it here, and see how much clearance I have, because I know the board's gonna come up about... Yeah, this is getting sketchy, guys. Okay, before we go any further, yes, this is a big box. Yes, this was a Amazon, I guess, return. But how much can go wrong with a cooling system? I'm going to say, I wish I didn't say that, actually. So, nicely packed, some sort of wiring. Yes, it's a Cooler Master. Some sort of book, some sort of packaging. That's right, guys. I always wanted the Ryzen Threadripper ARGB cooler. I now have it, but there is a problem, of course. And that is the fact that how pretty it is and how I'm not going to see it. That's the unfortunate part, because a project ripper is going to be water-cooled. So let's lay this down in, and I already know it's not going to fit. This, my friends, is a problem. That's already exceeding the top. And I don't even have a board in there yet to elevate it to where it's probably going to be like this. So I need another cooling solution. Yeah, that sucks.